Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading and happy birthday to the Leos out there who are celebrating. This is going to be for the 4th to the 10th, so next week, okay, my angels. So we're just going to dive straight in. I'm going to read you the cards actually that I pulled out for you because I have a few goddess cards. I like to pull out oracles before your reading so I can sit in your energy a little bit. So what we have, and apologies if I pronounce it very wrong, I'm no good with names at all. Arakura. You have blossoming. This says you are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Okay. And it was funny because as I was reading that Pink, what's the song called? I think I was trying to find it. Like Get the Party Started. Yeah, that's it. So if you want to listen to that, that could be a bit of a bop for you. But anyway, we also have Athena, which says inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So both of these goddesses are here to guide you, kind of to trust yourself a little bit. Both of them seem to be about trusting yourself and the journey. So I wonder if you guys have started anything new or you're sitting in a new energy lately and spirit saying, hey, look, this is good, right? Don't go too harsh on yourself. If you're not seeing results straight away, trust that you're on the right path. Okay. So let's dive into your reading. Let's see what other cards we have for you for the week ahead. Let's see what's going on. Unfinished symphony. Wow. Okay. Mercury retrograde is kicking butt this week. Can I just say that to everyone? Because it's been coming up a lot. Last week it didn't really come up that much during the readings, only for a few people, but for everyone almost now. So unfinished symphony really is about kind of clearing out anything that is just not fitting in this new chapter, right? Something is out of tune in life when this card comes in. I always hear this card and it feels like something, the piano, there's a key that's out of tune. So recently how this has been coming up, I mean, it could be about getting closure in situations. So yeah, maybe this is a really good time to get things done, get things sorted, clear out old projects that are not on your mind anymore, or get rid of old wounds. It's time to heal them, time to get closure. Someone could be coming in for closure, right? That is Mercury retrograde. But how this has also come up for people is something in your environment does not fit this new story or this new chapter, so it needs to be get gone, right? Something doesn't feel right about the characters here. Anyways, you know what they're kind of showing me the vibes of? It's like you're living one specific movie, but then you have a character from a completely different movie in your story, and it just feels like something doesn't feel quite right. So yeah, maybe you've recently jumped timelines or you're living a different life or you're starting to sit in a new energy, but something is off and you need to figure out what that is this week. Anyway, let's see what else. Like a very long-winded way of explaining it, but I hope it makes some sense to someone. Let's see what this is about. Anything else for Leos during this time? What messages do you have? Contracts. Okay, you guys could be signing new contracts, going into a new home or a new job. This is also about balance, okay, and justice. So very similar to Libran energy, which is again gaining balance in life from injustice. But in this card, it is about contracts. Make sure that you read things, all right? Don't go into anything blindly. And also read the small print. Make sure you read everything, guys. I guess we'll take it because this is your card. New Moon in Leo says shine. I wonder if some of you are going into a contract, like a work, for example, a work contract that's going to allow you to shine more brightly. So if anyone's in the spotlight or wanting to be, this could be a really good sign for you. It's a new moon, so it's something new, a new chapter, as I've been saying. And I'm calling for you to shine. What else am I seeing with that? I was going to say something else. Even if it's like a new home, like I just feel like something about this new chapter or this contract or whatever this is feels like it's going to allow you to shine more brightly. So I like that. You then have a first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. Well, there, some of you might have a fear of being seen. And full moon in Capricorn, so an intense energy here, saying take a reality check. Okay, well, what do you need to take a reality check on? Is it this? We'll figure it out, right? Let's give your cards a little shuffle. I've been saying to everyone today and lately to imagine your energy going into the cards as I'm shuffling for you guys. For Leo. Oh, one more. I'm looking at these roses and then I mean, I see these cards all the time, but someone's name could be Rose, or there's significance around that flower for some reason. All right, I just want you to be able to see take a reality check. All right, what's going on? Okay, let's see what's going on for Leos during this time. Overall energy of the week is the Hanged Man, so really needing to look at things differently. I kind of feel like that's similar to the unfinished symphony, where I felt like something in the environment's wrong. There's like a little imposter going on, or I don't know how to dive into that energy without boring you guys, but I'm just seeing that there's a weird crossover happening, or someone's in a chapter they shouldn't be, you know, like what's going on here? The Lovers being your advice, okay, about your choices, decisions, especially when it comes down to life partners. Okay, so we'll dive into that. 6 of Swords is your challenge. So moving towards calmer waters, learning your lessons. Wow. I like these cards. I'm not even going to lie to you. These actually seem very good. So it's a good phase of your life. Hey ho, we got the contract coming up. Okay. Oh, I knew this is really nice. This is gorgeous. Okay, apart from that, it's okay. We'll dive into the messages. Okay, so you're like, Katie, what's going on? So the Hanged Man, this is a really important time to really look at things differently, okay? Because it does feel a bit like something doesn't feel quite right in your life, or that you're unable to move forward without fully addressing something of the past, whatever it is that you're feeling a bit disgruntled about, because that's the word they wanted me to say. Sit with it, right? Rest into it, ease into it, relax into it, sit with it, observe it. You're going to find out what it is. It's almost like I'm seeing, you know, where it's like there's like a painful period, but instead of fighting the pain, it's almost like, okay, sit with it, because I don't know why. I'm going to have to shuffle for that. All right. But either way, it could even be like emotional pain that they want you to sit with. Like, don't avoid it. Stop. It's relaxing into it. Like yoga, you know, it's almost like sometimes you have to kind of like allow yourself to rest into, to melt into it. Okay, well, what else do I want to speak about? Ace of Swords is truth and clarity coming your way, which is great. It does feel a bit like closure, cutting out old cycles, so you can have a brand new, fresh, new beginning. One, again, full of truth and success and clarity. Justice being here as well, again, about creating peace, creating balance in your life, really figuring out. This is really strong enlightenment, by the way. You're going to really figure out what doesn't feel quite right in your life. Not Hanged Man, the Hermit is your energy. You're showing up very Virgo-like, and you have been for a little while now, where you're really being called to reflect and to analyze and to reassess. It's Mercury retrograde, as I've been saying, so a really good time to really reassess things in life. From a place of wisdom and understanding, though, because the Hermit is really about introspection and really looking at the path that you've walked and the path that you're about to walk, and really from a soul level analyzing it. But I feel like I'm speaking in tongues. I'm giving you the meanings, but I feel like I'm not connecting yet. So let's figure it out. 5 of Wands is your advice. Find out where you're going round and round in cycles. Okay. Or in conflicts that are just petty and just not, they don't really, what's going on there. Fives mean that there's something here that needs to be changed. Near future looks incredible. So the next few weeks looks really awesome. The Chariot says that things are finally moving forward. Okay, so maybe you're getting the green light, you're getting the contract, you're allowed to shine now, you're able to chase a dream or a goal. This is very good actually, because during this week, maybe you are finding your star. What is your calling? What is your purpose? Or what is your goal that you want to really like zone in on? And the Chariot is like, in the next few weeks, you're going to get ready to go after it, right? So whether you're traveling for it, whether you're, you know, deciding to leave the comfort zone and finally put yourself out there, whatever it is, the Chariot really is about that, right? And the 10 of Cups also in your energy says that you're going to be very, very happy in the next couple of weeks, especially in terms of community and just feeling like the sunshine is finally coming out after maybe some storms. In terms of love, there's a shake up here in your love life. It depends where you are at. Some of you are single. This could be you meeting someone very suddenly. Some of you could have recently had a breakup, or some of you, there's the foundation's changing in a dynamic with you and someone else. It doesn't have to be bad though. 10 of Wands in career finances really says that there's a very difficult journey is coming to an end here, and you're really being called to let go of any extra weight. balance. Maybe you guys have too much going on. Maybe you're burnt out in this area. All right. Something needs to change here. Okay, well, I'm going to shuffle this for my Leos. I really want some clarifiers, please, Spirit. So let's dive in, shall we? So the Hanged Man, 6 of Pentacles. This is really about your routines, what you're giving your time and energy to, and really assessing it. Now, for some of you, again, there is something that's around you that you shouldn't be giving your time and energy to. It doesn't fit the story anymore. So really good time to assess what that might be. It's another card about balance. Okay, so maybe this is a time of, again, finding balance in life. 6 of Pentacles is also very Virgo energy. So paying more attention to your health, paying attention to the habits that you want to have in life. And again, not giving to the bad habits. You know, it could even be that maybe you are wanting to be a healthier version of yourself, but you're still smoking. It's like that's an imposter here. So maybe we can start, I don't know, like just throwing out random examples. It just feels like there's something that's not quite right in the story. It doesn't fit. So that's what they're wanting you to assess. Some of you, it's people for sure. So it's time to kind of, you know, if anyone is trying to get a free ticket out of you, for some, by the way, I'm seeing that very strongly. Don't know what that is, what that's about. But just for those who it clicks with, it's time for it to go. Okay, but again, routines, habits, health, anything about your work life too, and what you're doing on a day-to-day, that's really where you're creating balance here. So Hanged Man, really reflect and observe on your life, looking at it a bit differently. The Lovers being your advice with the Page of Swords. So some of you could be dealing or healing your relationship to love, or if there's any triggers in current relationships, then this is where you are healing that. There could be a little bit of jealousy coming up in this area, or a bit of just, again, being a bit triggered. So they really want you to dive in and heal that. It could be someone else around you. And if that's the case, someone's a bit jealous of you, of your relationship. Maybe for some, I'm going to dive into that to figure out what that is. For the majority though, healing whatever triggers come up this week will be very important for your love life and your choices, right? Gain more information about your choices as well before you make them. 6 of Swords as your challenge, and 10 of Swords is about leaving things behind so that you can move towards calmer waters. So again, fully closing out a chapter of your life for sure. Now, I don't know why it's a challenge. Maybe you have an attachment to something and you've been unwilling to let something go or move on from a space where you felt once hurt. And, you know, it could even be an old identity, whatever it is. It really is about putting something to an end so you can go somewhere else, right? Even if that's moving, it could be accepting the end of a chapter. Whatever it is, it feels like that unfinished symphony. So it could, again, be about closure, but it's really closing a cycle out. Ace of Swords with the Ace of Cups. Ooh, that's so cute. Some of you getting a new pet. I see that, but or maybe that's just a pet, that just because I felt like that. Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords, brand new beginning based on clarity and on love and healing and peace and an abundance of it, right? Because the Ace of Cups about you filling up your own cup and giving from the excess, and maybe there is love coming away. It just feels like a really exciting chapter is coming up for you. The Hermit with the Ace of Wands, interesting. Because as I said, the Hermit is about assessing, and the Ace of Wands seems to be an idea. You have 3 aces, by the way. I'm not even going to lie. That's incredible. And all about closing out old cycles, beginning new ones. Some of you might need to reassess an old idea. I think that you can rebrand that and make it something new, and it actually might work out for you. It's also about following your passions, your ideas, your inspiration. Where is your motivation at? The Ace of Wands is good though. The Hermit being there is like really assessing this area or reflecting on it. So I might dive a bit deeper into that a bit later. The Chariot and the energy of the near future. The Nine of Swords being there, can't kick the fears, right? You got to go through them sometimes. And the Nine of Swords is like worries, fears. When it's paired with the Chariot though, I don't want you to focus too much on the things that you don't know yet, because this is coming through as anxiety, right? Maybe thinking about all the problems that might come up during your path and trying to figure it all out. The Chariot doesn't know what lies up ahead in the path. He just trusts in his ability to navigate the path. Okay, so a lot of you need to call your power back and stop worrying about things you don't even know are going to be there or not, you know, or going to happen or not. You need to trust in yourself and your ability to navigate challenges or problems, because yeah, the journey is never really always smooth. There might be bumps in the road, there might be trees in the road, you might have to make certain turns and pivot through life. trust that you're able to do that. Okay, as the person in the chariot, you get to control where you go. Okay, so don't worry too much. The Justice card coming through, Page of Wands, which does look like a job opportunity or an announcement. The Page of Wands can sometimes be a messenger, so you could be hearing about something, or someone could be pitching something for you. You could be getting called in for an interview, for example, or again, really good for opportunities and work situations, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. Why is this a challenge? Some of you could be dealing with injustice to do with gossip or misinformation being spread about you, like really random. Never really ever speak about that, but sometimes this is my gossip card. I'm trying to think, why is this a challenge? Because you could be feeling that there's injustice here. 5 of Wands as advice. Yeah, let something go. All right, it's time to do the work. It was what I get from, sorry guys, my system apparently was full, so I had to, it cut out by itself. So as I was saying, where was I was talking about procrastination, and it just feels a little bit like maybe you're spiraling in something, but spirits kind of say like, now is the time to kind of just to let something go, right? Whether that's your own mind being your own worst enemy, whether it be conflict going on around you, right? Whether it be people talking about you, whatever it is. 10 of Wands in a way is kind of like pushing through elsewhere. I don't know why the 10 of Wands feels a little bit like, I feel like you still need to do what needs to be done, despite what people's opinions are about it, or despite the fears that you might have around it. I don't know why I'm picking it up as that, but it can also be, again, like to let something go in and not hold too much importance around the fears that you have or the opinions of others. I probably will try to clarify that too. 10 of Cups as your energy in the near future says that when you are open and vulnerable, really good for love, by the way, in your near future. So that's quite good, or at least your own heart, where it feels like you're gaining the confidence to chase your dreams and to chase your happiness. Okay. Following rainbows here. And the Tower in love, King of Wands, who is that? Well, I'm reading for Leos, this could be you, but you guys could be meeting another fire sign, a very cheeky character. We'll figure that out. 10 of Wands in terms of career, finances, Ace of Swords, that could be the contract, that could be a new start, and one that's a lot more easier for you, and good news in your career finances as well. Okay, then, well, I want to clarify the Lovers and the Page of Swords. What's the Page of Swords doing here with the Lovers in advice? 3, what am I hearing here? Being free from people's expectations of you or opinions of you or your love life, by the way, for some. Because 3 of Pentacles is like people, Page of Swords, like I said, feels like someone else giving their 2 pence piece or whatever the saying is. And I feel like this is you minding your business and people coming in and trying to give you like criticism of something. And I just don't know why the cards are coming to life to me about you just leaping somewhere else. Now, for a lot of you, this is again about getting the plan sorted before you take a leap of faith in whatever big decisions you're trying to do in life, especially when it comes down to projects or starting a new cycle, which you have a lot of new energy coming up, which makes some sense there. Set the plan, set the foundation, and then take action on it. We already kind of went around that and this. I want to look at the Ace of Wands and the Hermit. What is the significance around this pairing in the energy of Leo? 7 of Swords. I'm just feeling like chasing a dream because this is in your energy. So I think that this is about you reflecting a little bit on your own behaviors or avoidance behaviors. What is that about? Your inner wisdom. Yeah, the moon being there. So this coming on top of the Athena card, which says you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. The moon can be that things are not super clear when we're like, maybe it's, feelings are coming up to the surface. Maybe, again, you could be finding yourself in a situation where you're, again, getting in your own way a little bit. And they're really wanting you to reflect on that because it's related to a new beginning that you have coming up that you're being guided to take action on. But for some reason, you've not been. The 9 of Swords, I think I already spoke about. Page of Wands and Justice, it looks like the contract. 10 of Wands and a 5 of Wands. Why is this advice? Yeah. think about yourself. Reality check, you're the one that pays the bills. You're the one that pays your own bills. So don't worry about what people think about what you're doing and your work life. By the way, I feel like some of you might be in a job that people might criticize. Don't know why I'm picking up on that. That's why I'm saying I feel like you need to, don't let that weigh you down. That's very interesting. Because I was picking up that this 10 of Wands felt like you still need to do the things you need to do. Don't let the opinions, I feel like you have some shame around it. But the take a reality check is like you're going to be super successful because you listened to yourself and you followed what you were interested in, especially financial freedom as well for a lot of you too. So take a reality check. Take a reality check with the 9 of Pentacles really says that at the end of the day, you have yourself and it's what your opinion is about yourself that matters, and where you'll be in life. And the 9 of Pentacles says that you'll be in a very good position. So take a reality check says, if it don't pay your bills, if it don't bring you happiness, if it don't fulfill you or give you anything, then it doesn't really matter. So your importance around people's opinions of you needs to be assessed. Okay, in terms of love, why is the Tower card here for Leo? 5 of Swords. Some of you need to start enjoying your own space. Stop. Oh my God. Spirit's about to make me call someone out and I really didn't want to. I just stopped myself then. Did you see that? Like, some of you need to stop jumping from relationship to relationship and start enjoying your relationship with yourself. And if you don't have a relationship with yourself, you need to, because that jumping on top of a 9 of Pentacles and take a reality check makes a lot of sense why I felt like saying some really hard truth to someone. It doesn't have to be for everyone, but the 5 of Swords here just feels a little bit like, yeah, I just felt like that. So that's for someone out there. Now, 5 of Swords and the Tower can of course be separation or an argument that's happened here. Who's the King of Wands? The 3 of Swords, someone who broke your heart. All right. And some of you, this is, if it's you, how can I explain? So you're all in different situations. So for those who are single, this is about a breakup that you had. King of Wands, a lot of you are being called to spend some time with yourself, build yourself up first before you're relying on a relationship. Because the Tower being here, I'm hearing Spirit like, but how can you possibly expect anyone to be a rock for you or whatever if you're not that for yourself? It's something like that. I don't know what they're talking about, but I want you to look after yourself first, build that tower up first, and stop depending on other people's towers in terms of love. And I don't know what that means. I think there needs to be more independence in terms of relationships and love, because you can't really know how other people build their towers. I wonder if you've been with people and they ended up having really, really deep secrets, you know, and it's like, or, you know, like they've been doing some weird things, you know, stinky things. It's almost like I see you relying on someone and leaning on someone, and then their tower falls, and it's like because they're not stable, right? So you've been leaning on some very unstable people. So you need to be your own rock is what they're saying, and I think you're going to attract in the right kind of people. Now for those in relationships, well, you guys have had some arguments here. Similar message though, that they really want you to focus on your own stability, right? And maybe to reassess who this person is to you. You know, it depends on how severe this is. But King of Wands, you're able to adapt regardless of your dynamic here. But I really want you to think about whether this is right for you, for the majority, okay? And if you know that it is, then great. I just feel like maybe some more independence is needed in the dynamics. Again, you're leaning on each other and you're both kind of rocky here. So that's what I'm seeing. Anyway, in terms of career, again, I do see a contract here. And I feel like I need you to keep going with what you're doing. High Priestess. Follow your intuition. You already know what to do. Okay, well, I'm going to have to edit your videos together because it just cut out. But I hope this reading has been good for you. Let me know if it was, how it fits in your story. Make sure you leave a comment down below because it really helps me out. Your engagement really helps me out over here, if I'm going to be so honest. And I actually really freaking love to read how this impacts you in your life and your story. Otherwise, I don't know what this means, right? I'm just seeing a story, hoping someone out there clicks with it. So let me know if it does for you. If you enjoy the readings, then of course, make sure you guys like and subscribe if you've not already. But aside from that, enjoy your week, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.